Hello friends of the electrified charging fun and welcome to Electrified Speicher, your channel all around Skoda's e-mobility. My name is Matthias and today we talk about updates. There is a new version of the MySkoda app out there, version 7.6, and we talk about the new features and probably there are some you will never experience in your country. We talk about the news for the software version 3, so the first generation ENYAQs and their upgrade path to version 3.7, and I want to talk about the recent rumors which say that software version 4 ENYAQ, so second generation ENYAQs with software version 4, cannot be updated to software version 5, whether this is true or not. And if something of this is of interest for you, then you should watch the video. Let's talk about the software update for the first generation ENYAQ, so the update to version 3.7. The service campaign is still ongoing, which means the campaign for the ENYAQs with software version 3.0 and 3.1 going to the dealership to receive the update to 3.7. And 2 weeks ago, the over-the-air update of the ENYAQs with 3.6 to 3.7 has already started. But the latest news I got since yesterday, also the version 3.2, 3.4 and 3.5 are receiving the update to 3.7 over the air. So basically, as of now, for all ENYAQs of the first generation, 3.7 should be available. Again, the over-the-air updates come in waves, so I have no clue when your ENYAQ will be updated. And that leads directly to the next topics. What about a version 3.8 or something? As of now, I don't have any information or clues that there is work going on the next update for the first generation ENYAQs. Maybe they are working on it, maybe not. I have no information on this. And with this, the question for preheating, so heating up the battery for a more comfortable, faster charging, well, as I said some videos earlier, they are working on it, but I have no ETA when this will arrive for the ENYAQs. So basically we can assume this winter it will not be there. So you will now have the fourth winter with a colder battery, so you are shivering at the charger with slow charging speeds. I'm sorry to tell you that, but I don't think that preheating will come for this winter. Talking about preheating, when we were at the EV Launch meetup in Mladá Boleslav, we also had that topic in the Q&A with Klaus Zellmer and also with Oliver Manneke, the head of energy systems at Skoda. And although we knew that preheating will not come very soon, and as I already said, not this winter for sure, we said it would be at least a little helpful to see the battery temperature within the first generation ENYAQ, so that you know what to expect from a fast charger. And although we knew that this is only a band-aid, it would help. And they promised us that they would check on this, and this is still in the making, this is still in the works, as I have been told. So I really hope that this will come to the ENYAQs very, very soon, because if you know battery temperature, you can do some JoJo driving, so meaning accelerating and recuperating or regenerating before going to the fast charger to bring the battery temperature up to a better level so that you get a better experience. So let's hope that they bring this. And also, if you want the summary of Skoda on the OTA, on the update for the software version 3.2 to 3.5 up to 3.7, the link is down in the description to the official Skoda website. Let's talk about the MySkoda app now. The new version is out, 7.6. It has not so many new functions or functionality, but some might be of interest for you, especially those who are market or country specific. But first off, if you want to see new features earlier, you can be part of the beta program of those apps. You'll find links for Android and iOS down in the video description. You can register there and then receive the beta versions of this app. But please do not only fiddle around with the beta, so give the developers feedback. Use the feedback function when you are part of the beta. I know that the developers at Skoda and Mladá Boleslav are reading your feedback and are reacting to your feedback. So please provide constructive, valuable feedback to them. Now let's head for the new version. Well, first off, you will see on the home screen with the car that it now tells you whether it is online or waking up. So basically, whether the car is already sending data to the server or whether it needs to wake up from deep sleep to save energy and then starts to send data. It's right behind the value of the time when for the last time the app got data from the backend service, which is not a new function, by the way. We've got a big redesign of the map. So basically when it comes to chargers, and now the chargers are clustered in such clouds, which is a much better functionality to show chargers on the map than we had before. And when you zoom in on the selected charger, then you get that little drawer to pull up and no more cards to slide through, which was from a usability standpoint quite hard to operate. But both of this is only helpful for you if you use the power pass. If not, or if you do not use the map to find chargers, you will not bother about those new functionality in the map. Then there was this message limit of battery protection, which some of you reported to me to prevent the 12-volt battery from discharging too much. Basically, this message came up when you used the app too much and wake up the car too much, because it was afraid that you deplete the 12-volt battery, not the high-voltage battery, by the way. And if so, you would not be able to start the ENYAQ because you need the 12-volt battery to close the relays to the high-voltage system when starting up. They made changes to this. Basically, the 12-volt battery now gets charged up way more often from the high-voltage battery. You don't have to do anything about it, and this should lead to less messages like this. Write me in the comments if you've experienced those messages and if it's better now or not. Now let's talk about functionality you might not know in your country, because they are country specific. So basically, Skoda in your country decides whether you see this function or you don't see it. And the first function is test driving. Yes, you can use the MySkoda app to book a test drive. Maybe you're interested in test driving the new L-Rock, so you can do it with the app, but only if the feature is available in your country. If not, then you should talk to Skoda in your country. But maybe this is not the most important thing which your country organization is hiding from you. More interesting might be the Order and Explore feature. So if you order a new ENYAQ, you can see the status of your order, when it is produced, where the car is, and also you can see some how-to videos and related stuff to your order in your MySkoda app. If not, well, you have to talk to your country organization. But the biggest feature, I think, which as of now is only available in Great Britain and in Scotland, and I think in certain German markets, so only at certain dealers, is the loyalty program. The loyalty program is exactly what it says. It's a program where you can earn points to spend on the Skoda web shop for doing challenges in the app, like just charge 3 times to 80% and stuff like that. If you're not into loyalty programs, just skip on this, you don't have to. But if you do not have that in your app, guess who you need to talk to? And I think the loyalty program is kind of fun, because if you have some funny challenges, you might want to compete with each other and then get some points and then get some useful stuff from the web shop. Why not? And you can think of endless more possibilities in the future with this feature. So I would say it's better for every Skoda country organization to roll it out to their customers. Talking about the future, I'm pretty sure that we will see this year, maybe only in the beta, but we will see more functionality, more features, also features that we've as a community asked for. So let's hope that there will be another update of the MySkoda app this year. Now let's talk about the software version 4 ENYAQs of the second generation, so having software version 4.0 and 4.1, and the rumors out there which say that those cars cannot be updated to software version 5 due to some problems with hardware or other stuff. And from a reliable source of mine, I can tell you this is not true. I can tell you from that source that every software version 4 ENYAQ will be updated to software version 5. Or to be more precise, they will be updated to software version 5.4. Yes, you heard that right. 5.4 is currently not out on the roads. The ENYAQ X Works are coming with 5.2. Maybe you saw a glimpse of 5.4 in my video about the L-Rock. If not, just head over there. And so basically 5.4 will first come to the markets with the L-Rock, I think, and since its market start is at the beginning of 2025, I think we will see 5.4 in the L-Rock, then also in the ENYAQ. And according to this, you could say the software version 4 ENYAQs on the road will get the update in the first quarter of 2025. This is pure speculation. About the release date, I have no information from my source, so basically I'm just speculating here. Now let's talk about the dark side of that update. And this is again from my source, which told me that the update will be a service campaign, and that means it will be done at the dealership and not over the air. Yes, you heard that right. Again, this would mean you have to go to the dealer for that update. If this applies to 4.0 and 4.1, I don't know. But I think it's kind of reliable information I have here that we all have to go to the dealership. Maybe there will be a way to find an over-the-air update capability for us, but I wouldn't bet on this. And this also means that software version 4 is already end of life. You will not see any big updates of software version 4. Maybe some minor updates to try to get it over the air updatable, as we saw with software version 3, where there are also some minor updates, but who knows? This is again pure speculation, so let's accept the fact that we need to go to the dealership, which is very, very likely. Now you might ask, what will the software version 5.4 bring to my car? Well, basically, first off, no new optic. It looks simply the same. But there are new functionalities. And I don't have a complete list of everything. This is not available. So I have some information here. And again, I have some information from the L-Rock, which I tried out. So first off, you will get remote lock and unlock, so you can unlock and lock the ENYAQ with your app. Then we get swarm data updates for the travel assist, so an improved swarm data for travel assist and for the predictive adaptive cruise control, which means that you should have more seamless speed transitions. This would be nice to have, and also a better operation of the lane assist thanks to online data from other cars, which would be some kind of improvement. Just another thing, some of those are already in version 5.2, which is currently in the ENYAQ, so I'll mix them up. But don't, so if you have something right now in your ENYAQ, don't be bothered. Then we get augmented reality updates in the head-up displays showing hazard warnings. And one big thing I think would be for all of us, it's mentioned here with charging performance adaptation. We get adjustments from the charging performance depending on the battery conditions, so of state of charge and temperature, for even shorter charging times. I have no clue how much this will be. We need some experience out in the field, and I'm really happy to see the first 5.4s doing those tests. Then maybe you saw in the L-Rock video that the OK button will fade away after a couple of seconds of driving. You don't have to press it anymore. Also, you get some very important favorites, like switching off ESA, the Intelligent Speed Assistance, or like activating preheating in the favorites, and a lot of more things. Of course, some stability adjustments, so a better performance and a better stability, and a lot of bug fixes, especially for those with software version 4.0. This could be very, very interesting. If you get every out of this function in your software version 4 ENYAQ, I don't know. We will see whether we get everything or only parts of it. And if you are now driving an ENYAQ with 5.2, well, I have no information for you whether you will be updated to 5.4 or even to a later version of software version 5, nor when this will happen. I'm sorry for this. So let's do a quick summary. Now software version 3.7 is available for all first generation ENYAQs, whilst the 3.0 and 3.1 ENYAQs still get the software via service campaign at the dealership. everyone else, so 3.2, 3.4, 3.5 and 3.6 will get it over the air. You might not receive it immediately because it's rolling out in waves, so it might take a couple of weeks until your ENYAQ gets updated. Also, there's a new version of the MySkoda app available, 7.6.0, with some improvements like that you see if your car is online or still waking up to receive and send data. There's an improved map for charging stations for better filtering, and there are some new functions like test drive or like order and explore, where you can see the order status, and the loyalty program. And finally, last but not least, so I've got the information that all software version for ENYAQ, so 4.0 and 4.1, will be updated to software version 5. And to be more precise, they will be updated to version 5.4. I do not have any date when this will happen, but my source also told me that this will happen at the dealership and not over the air. So stay tuned for more on this topic, but the most important information, yes, you will be updated to software version 5. Also, I do some recordings now in my new designed home office, or a bit like a studio, and we've got some technical issues here. You might see some focus pumping of the camera. I'm still working that out, so please excuse for that. But that makes it easier to record videos like this without going and sitting in my car. And if you like that video, please give it a thumbs up, and also subscribe to the channel so you do not miss out any new content and help the channel grow. And then we see each other in the next video, and until then, stay full of energy.